Hey everybody, what's up? It's Video here, back in a little commentary video. Today I'm showing you the Diamondback, and I'm going to show you a few little tips for Mountain Lab. It's a pretty decent map. It's kind of like Badwater and Upward. It's one of my favorite maps to play Spy on. There's a lot of little just to ambush people and a lot of good spots for hide advantage. Um, at the time I recorded this was the first match today, so I'm kind of playing like shit for a little while here. But other than that, it's a pretty good round. For the first bit, right here, I go on the roof because I was expecting someone to come out of that front door right there, but they end up all going to the right and the middle spawn doors, so I miss any chances of getting a backstab. So I try to go for the point, but unfortunately I decloak too far away from this engineer, and yeah, it just kind of falls apart from there. Like I said, first match of the day, so I'm gonna be kind of playing a little shitty. Sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about the Diamondback for a bit. The Diamondback is a brand new revolver that came out with the Deus Ex promotional update. They have some other name for it, like man, uh, some kind of man economy, some man economy bullshit. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't care. I just call it the Deus Ex update. And much like the Total War Shogun update, it was a promotional thing for Team Fortress 2 where they introduced new hats and new weapons. This time around, we got the Diamondback, which is a brand new spy revolver. You see right here. They got two new engineer weapons: the Short Circuit and the Widowmaker, and a new sniper rifle called the Machina. Um, if you haven't got the Machina yet, I recommend it. Don't bother with the Widowmaker. Short Circuit seems pretty decent. Um, as for the Diamondback, basically how it works is that for every building you destroy with Sapper or insist in destroying with a Sapper, you get a free crit. And the downside is that you have 50% less damage done. So it's basically a side grade to the Ambassador. If you don't want to use the Ambassador because you don't think it's reliable enough or whatever reason you don't like it, but you still want to get crits or like crits you can use anytime you want, the Diamondback fits the bill pretty nicely. It requires you to adjust your playstyle just a little bit, and it's also pretty situational. If they have no engineers, it's pretty useless, but aside from that, it's a pretty damn good weapon. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. It's a lot better than the Enforcer. The Enforcers are basically a straight upgrade, so it's, it's basically a step in the right direction, in my opinion. The Enforcer and the Big Earner are pretty big disappointments for me personally. I was expecting a lot more with those. But I get up here and have a little bit of a height advantage, so I can wait for people to coming down this main little path here. Um, it's a good idea to use it whenever possible in this map because there's a lot of spots you can drop down on people. In particular, the little house where the second point is, and the little roof by their spawn is also a nice spot. Another good thing to remember is that this front path right here where Jay is, the path to the right in front of him, and the one behind him, people usually go down those ways occasionally, but it's not the best way to go. Smart people will go on the top floor, the third floor, and they'll drop down with an Uber, and they'll try to get rid of your guns that way. If they're going through the front, they're not going to get very far for the most part. But if they're going to the top level, it's very easy for them to get behind you, or get behind you and get rid of your stuff. So pay attention to that area, and also pay attention out front because there's a lot of places where you can flank people. Let's see here. If you see to your left, there's also another path right by the point. You can take that stairway up to the third floor as well if you don't want to go to the top level where they can actually see you coming out and spawn. And they'll also sometimes come from this path. See right there to the left. They'll also sometimes come down from that path, and they'll try to get behind you that way. But unfortunately, these guys didn't take very many chances. They're kind of stupid for the most part. So for the first bit of this, I'm just trying to get a disguise. I try to put myself in a position where, unless they look directly at me, they can't see me. I don't have a left cloak, so gotta shoot this soldier, cover my retreat, and go ahead and refill on health and ammo. Wasn't the internal reward? Make use of the scoreboard and try to spawn camp people and see when they're spawning and when they're coming out, and just try to pick off people when they're coming out as much as you possibly can. Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of chances there to get disguised that way. Excuse me. I apologize for the rush pace. This is only my second time doing commentary, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. Um, but yeah, I got rid of the sentry gun and dispenser, but the teleport is still there, so that's my next objective to get rid of. Um, when you're playing defense, just try to go for their engineers and their medics as much as possible. In particular, their medics. Engineers, unless the gun is like right there on the top floor or close to it, not really much to worry about. As long as the teleporter is not like within um, your main base. Yeah, this engineer's pretty stupid. As long as the teleporter is not like to the right, like in this up in this little room, you should be okay for the most part because it'll take them a little bit to get from that little house to the left up to the point. Um, yeah, like right up here is a good spot to hang out for people. Usually a pretty good way to get some stabs. That pirate looked directly at me. I don't know why he didn't spy check or do anything, but whatever. There's plenty of people out here in the front, so I'm gonna try to get rid of them. This engineer makes a lot of really dumb mistakes. He tries to rush in with his shotgun a lot, which is really stupid. Unless you have a gunslinger, it really doesn't work out too well. And as far as that soldier goes, he saw me decloak, but I guess because he thought I had an engineer disguise, or because I was disguised as an engineer, he didn't spy check me. But I don't know, maybe it's just stupid. Really have no idea. Um, you also probably noticed there's a slight change to my HUD. Um, when the Diamondback was released, it had this little bug with the mini HUD where the cloak meter would overlap the crits meter. So because of that, I had to go ahead and change my HUD slightly. I downloaded this section of the Franken HUD, which had to do with the UI and the HUD item effect meter, I think it's what it's called. And I just copied those files for the sniper, spy, soldier, and scout, and the main one. So now my cloak meter is now like right by my arm, and my jar and mangler and bite meters are all right next to my arm as well. They're actually right in my plain sight, so they're not overlapping anything anymore. I don't know why the mini HUD's fucked up. It's just Valve adding way too much shit at once, and they're not taking the time to optimize the game. But anyway, I have no disguise. I have a little bit of cloak, or like I have full cloak, so I'm just gonna try to flank behind people. That's another good reason to have height advantage because if someone spots you or bumps you or whatever happens, you have a really good quick escape route to go. You can get on this roof and wait for anyone to come out. I didn't realize you had a teleporter, so I didn't realize, and it wasn't until like a few seconds later I realized they're not taking the main path, the little dirt path right here. So I'm just gonna wait for them to come out of spawn, checking the scoreboard, making sure there is nothing coming, or making sure the spawns are fairly far apart. I heard the doors for the spawn open and close, so I cloaked in case he saw me. As you noticed, I kind of backed up a little bit. It keeps him from hitting me directly with his wrench, and he just focuses on the teleporter. So I just wait a little bit for him to kind of go back to working on this dispenser, and then once he turned his back, I got him. It's a really good thing to remember. and it's one of the advantages to your turn reward. It actually allows you to blend in really, really well, because they don't expect to see you disguised too often. And this is another advantage to the Diamondback. When you have crits, remember that the crits do not have any fall off, so you can shoot from anywhere and still do 100 damage easily. So make sure you don't waste them, and make sure that if there's someone far away that you can easily pick off with one shot, take it. Especially if they're a medic or an engineer, or a sniper even. Like I said, the ambassador. I think the Diamondback is a side grade to the ambassador, not to the revolver, simply because of the fact that it gives you an alternative to headshot for crits if you don't want to do that, and it offers a little interesting style, or a change of pace rather. Um, yeah, I was gonna stab the soldier, but the pyro's right there, so I decided to bail. Um, Sometimes people go down this path, or that little path I went through, but not very often. It just depends on what they're rolling with. Usually if they have a heavy, they'll go down that way. Or they'll go down this main hallway for some stupid reason. I don't know why. It's really not a good idea. You can't get very far. There's a sentry gun there. It's also good to check this little main path right here, this little middle room, because spies will occasionally go through here. Most of them go through the top, but there are spies who roll Dead Ringer that will go through that middle room. So I'm trying to get behind them. I'm trying to look around for that engineer, see where he is, and I'm just gonna go up here on the roof and camp out for a little bit because I'm low on cloak. Usually, this roof will give you a nice little spot to snipe as well. So if you're playing sniper, make use of this roof. And if you have the ambassador here, it really is a nice spot to like pick off people from a distance, because they usually don't expect to find you up there. Like right there, I could have gotten that sniper or backstabbed them if I wanted to, but I was afraid I'd be seen. Yeah, like I said, if I had the ambassador, I could easily two-shot that engineer with two headshots from the ambassador. So I have no cloak, no real cloak left, or I have cloak, but the dispenser and the teleporter were wide open, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and sap them. He's starting to move his stuff up a little bit, so I'm going to try to go to the back and get his guys and get rid of them. Keep in mind that little house that I went into. There's a good amount of cloak and health there. Telefrag. Those are always fun. I don't know why they didn't change the kill icon for that yet. So the engineer's out of the way. I can easily stab these guys and get them out of the way as well. The back is too far back, so I just kind of decided to get rid of as many of the heavy classes as I possibly can. I missed Ab in the demo, and I was going to go for the soldier, but I figured that demo would pill me pretty quickly, so decided to bail. There's a soldier right here, but I can't let him destroy a gun, so down he goes. I really, really wish the Enforcer had the stats of the Diamondback. I would have been so much more happier with that. The problem with the Enforcer and the Big Earner is just that the Enforcer is basically a straight upgrade no matter how you slice it. No matter what watch you use, it's still going to be a straight upgrade. The only difference is that it makes it really hard to escape with if you're using the Invisibility Watch or the Cloak and Dagger. The Big Earner, the downside is it's just not really worth it. I mean, Cloak on Kill is nice, but the thing is that you have to get in close range to backstab people. And at close range, soldiers, demos, heavies, pyros, scouts, they'll all eat you alive in that range if we have that much health left. So it's just kind of defeats the purpose, you know. But yeah, there's only 1 minute left here, so I'm just gonna gun down people. They're not gonna get very far into the point. that's one of the reasons why it's really important to try and move your stuff up to that third floor, because if you don't have enough room, or you don't have a lot of, if you don't cover a lot of ground, you're gonna be pretty screwed. Having a teleport up in that third room really allows to keep the pressure on the enemy team. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope it didn't bore you too much. And yeah, take care, guys.